Welcome back everyone, free-to-play gaming here again. It hasn't even been 12 hours since I posted the announcement that I'm going to be creating a guild, and the response has been phenomenal. Congratulations to everybody who got into the guild and monitors my videos religiously. I took guild invites in the order that they came in as much as I could. I might have made a couple mistakes, I apologize for that, but for those who didn't get into the guild, don't feel bad. You're not really missing out on anything yet. Com2 US hasn't announced any plans for guild battles yet. It's all speculation. You're not losing out by not being in a guild. Congratulations to everybody who did get into the guild. It was really awesome seeing all these guild invites coming in. And there's 77 right now who I can't even accept because the guild's already full. Congratulations to these 29 folks or 28 folks. I'm leaving one spot open so that other people can still apply to the guild and that it's not absolutely full. This is just ridiculous to me, a max guild member list of 30. 30 is that's less than you can have in friends. Only 30 members in the guild, so that disappoints me greatly. With all the replies I got to the video and people who want to be part of this guild and are free-to-play players, some who are, some who aren't, some who just want to contribute and make the best out of this guild. People are already chatting it up in the guild chat, which is really cool. So congratulations to these folks. I'll just scroll through them real quick. You guys know who you are. You've obviously watched some of these videos. One thing I will be doing though, well, of course, I already posted that if you're inactive for more than a day, you get the automatic boot. You're free to reapply to the guild, but just know that this is for active members only. I want to keep everybody active in this game, in guild, posting comments on suggestions. You know, it just benefits everybody. So if you're not invested to play enough every day in this game, don't bother applying to the guild. But the other thing I'm going to be doing is taking some screenshots of everybody's level here. Heck, I don't even have to do that. I'm recording it right now. So I have your level, and I just want to make sure that you're progressing in the game and that you're not just logging in once a day to get the daily reward and you're not really even playing the game. You're just in the guild and logging in for the once a day daily reward. So as long as you're progressing in the game, no reason to worry. But there's so many people who want to be part of this that I can't be too lenient. So I'm going to try to do that. So welcome everybody. This is pretty exciting for me. During this video, you know, I don't want to just talk about the new guild. It's not something for everybody right now. But let's talk about should we do some Mystic Scroll summons? This probably isn't the video for that. We'll do that next. I had some questions already in guild chat. What's the best way for me to be leveling, getting mana stones? I already posted a video on mana stone farming, and during that video I concentrated on a couple of the levels that I was farming more often because I didn't have time and I kind of wanted to use my energy more often. You know, this uses your energy a lot quicker. If you can do hell mode and fight the boss, you use 6 energy every time, and when you beat 2 bosses here, you get more mana stones, you get more experience. So this is a good level to do for general farming purposes, especially if you don't have a ton of time. You can also get 3-star high elemental wind monsters, so you can get a lot of different things from farming this. So this isn't a bad choice, and it's really not that difficult to beat. If you have a Rauk and a Saik that are decent level, just having those 2 fire monsters on your team can auto this battle. So this is an option for those people who don't have time to farm Phaimon Volcano level 1 over and over and over again. But in my experience, this is what you should be farming to get the most bang for your buck, the most bang for your energy. This is a high value per energy level. You do this battle, all you really need is one strong friend monster, or even if you have a level 6, even though this is the opposite element to the fire here, my Wind Julian, he can solo this all the time. So if you have a high level water monster, which I don't really have, but I'm pretty sure a 5-star arena with hit points can do this, but it's going to take her a long time. But the trick is just to have one monster that's really high level that can pretty much beat this on their own, and then take 3 lower level monsters that you're going to use as fodder monsters to get your other monsters a higher level. So this is what I suggest right now. I didn't cover this in my Mana Stone farming video, but for all those players who aren't level 40 yet, hit this up. Just keep farming this over and over. We'll run through this real quick. I'm just using one of my friend's monsters, and the benefits to using a friend's monster is your other 3 monsters are going to get all the experience, because your friend monster doesn't take any experience. So the total amount of experience for this level is going to get divided up by my 3 monsters who need it. So it's always a good idea to take a friend monster. And this is one of those levels where if you're going to auto it and you have a team built, you can just kind of sit back and relax, hit the auto button, collect your low level violent rune at the end, sell your violent runes, you know. It's pretty fast, you don't have to pay a lot of attention, but it does take time because you're only using 3 energy every time you're beating this level. And sometimes you get anywhere between 0 and I've gotten as much as 5 energy back just from beating this level. So it's very possible that sometimes when you beat this, you'll gain energy. I think I got the volume up a little too loud here. Let me turn that down. We'll make this a pretty quick video. As soon as this is over, we'll move on. But I suggest this for anybody who's not level 40 yet, who's just trying to get started. You can see these were level 3 monsters. I didn't get any energy this time, but I only spent 3 energy. I got 1,600 mana stones and over 1,000 experience for all 3 of my monsters. And they don't have any runes on them at all, so they're just going to be fodder monsters. And I got another 2-star monster, which is going to help towards leveling up my other 3-star monsters. So it's pretty hard to beat Phaimon Volcano level 1 on normal mode. Now what I haven't tried out, which I think is going to be just as good if not better, I haven't done too much with these levels yet. These are the new update levels, and I got a feeling if you're strong enough to do the same thing with using 1 friend monster, maybe 2 of your good monsters, these are going to be a lot stronger than Phaimon Volcano though. So it's probably not recommended for low level players who are still leveling up. But if you can beat level 1 on normal mode for some of these, the rewards are probably going to be just as good, if not a little bit better than Phaimon Volcano. But Phaimon Volcano for lower level players, it's pretty hard to beat that for the amount of energy you spend for what you gain out of it. Plus you have a chance to get the Fire Inugami 3-star monster. If you don't need them, it's always nice to have more 3-star monsters. You go through a ton of them trying to get 5 and 6-star monsters. And you can also get a 3-star Salamander. This guy right here. He's not a good character to use, but he's great for fodder. Anytime you get a 3-star, consider yourself lucky. You need as many of them as you possibly can get. I would like to do some videos on farming these, getting all the way through hell on these, and trying to get the crystals from the achievements. That's something I haven't had time to just sit down and focus too much on. Let's take a look here real quick if this actually opens up. Here, we'll collect these. Don't forget to do your dailies. You're going to get lots of experience for doing your dailies every day. Even the lowest level of players should be able to complete all these dailies, you know, every single day. There's nothing really difficult about them. It's pretty much just play the game, the different aspects of the game, and and you will finish your dailies. So there's quite a few of these missions that I haven't just, you know, taken the time to do yet. Some of them are pretty difficult, and some of them I probably won't be able to do. Like the ones that give you more are the ones that are more difficult. Now this one's not difficult, I just need to throw some runes on my monsters. But I'm not too excited to do these different missions because I'm already level 40, so I'm kind of saving this experience for when Com2 US comes out with another update where the max level becomes level 45. They just did that about a month ago, I believe. The max level used to be 35, and then they increased it to 40, and they released a whole bunch more missions, and it was just kind of nice to be able to level my account again. So I don't think it's going to be too much longer, and they're probably going to increase the max level from 40 to 45. So that's why I'm not really pushing to get some of those missions done. Now some of the achievements, on the other hand, that give you crystals, I'd like to get those done. So I'm going to do some videos on those coming up here too. These are pretty difficult, especially for me. If you don't have the right team set up for these, you kind of have to have a team in mind just to defeat B10 on some of these levels. I need to do that. That'd be really great and a lot of fun. And I'd work on other different monsters for different teams too. So look forward to that. I'm going to try to do B10 levels for other dungeons other than just Giant's Keep. The next one I'd like to do is the Dragon's Keep. I need to get a Fire Viking to do that, and there's some other key monsters that are important to doing Dragons B10. So some of these, you get a Mystic Scroll at least for some of them, and 150 crystals is always good. You can never have too many crystals, especially us free-to-play players. Especially here's the Dragon's Keep. If you can beat B10 on that, you get a Legendary Scroll. So that'd be fun to open. And if I can do a video on Dragon's Keep and have any suggestions for you guys, hopefully we can all get through that together. That'll be cool. So I think I have one Mystic Scroll I'm gonna use right now. Why not, huh? And then pretty soon I have a couple. And then pretty soon I'm gonna buy my premium pack and use all of those because I'm gonna get some more fodder monsters. I need to 6-star my next monster. I'm pretty sure, maybe you guys have some suggestions. If you're watching this entire video, give me your suggestions on what I should do my next 6-star monster on. I'm leaning towards my Wind Sylph, my Shimeti right here, my Wind Sylph, just because of her leader skill. I think she's going to be in my team for a long time. And I'm thinking about using my Devil Mons on her as well. I have 2 5-star monsters, the Fire Oracle and the Wind Dragon Knight here. But I just don't know that they're going to fit into my team and that I want to do them as my next 6-star monster. I'm also thinking pretty serious about Clara, so if you guys have any suggestion on either the Wind Shimeti or the Clara. The reason I'm thinking Clara right now is because I just have better runes on her. I have some plus 15 6-star attack rune on her. And yeah, I could pull that off and switch it to my Shimeti. They both have the same rune set. They have Despair and Fatal. Or no, they have Despair and Focus, I'm sorry. So Despair and Focus for both of them. So they both act as stunning monsters. But I gave my Clara the better runes, and then my Shimeti just has what was left over, which for the time being isn't the best. Hopefully Com2 US will have one of those rune removal events where you can remove all your runes for free. I would love that to happen. But I think both these monsters are going to be on my team for a very long time. I'm really thinking this will probably be my next 6-star though. But maybe there's a better choice. I just heard a really good comment in one of my videos that told me Megan is a great counter towards the Renas. I have a lot of trouble with 6-star Renas, and I never even thought of this. But for all the people out there, I know Megan is great because she gives you the buff when you awaken her. This skill right here. It also increases the attack bar of allies, so that helps your entire team speed right there. And it increases their attack power and defense for 2 turns. That's fantastic. That'll help you with arenas right there, just having more attack power. The problem I run into is I'm still using my Saik, which I know I'm going to replace him, and I use his buff, which gives critical rate and attack power. But you don't want critical rate when you're fighting these arenas because their shield activates on a critical hit. So that's not good for fighting against arenas. But Megan, on the other hand, this skill is very good for fighting against arenas. Not only that, what I hadn't realized is her skill here, Toad Poison. I just glanced over this and didn't even really read it. This attack removes a beneficial effect. Also blocks beneficial effects for 1 turn with a 75% chance. So I'm not sure if this would block her shield from activating. It probably would, but this part of the effect right here removes a beneficial effect. From what I hear, that takes off Rena's shield. So that just makes this monster even that much more better in my eyes. So Megans are that's probably why you see them all the time in arenas. They have 2 great things. They're a great counter against arenas, and they have the awesome buff, Spell of Strengthening. So let's do this. Let's awaken her right now. It's not going to take that much of my awakening materials, and I definitely want to start using her on my team. So let's do that in this video here. We'll see the sexy Megan. She gets a little bit more cleavage, boobage, whatever you want to call it, now that she's awakened there. Sweet. So she's going to be part of my team for sure, but before I realized how good she was, you know, I leveled up some of her skills by feeding other Megans to her on her way to a 5-star. And I kind of just been working on her. I haven't even touched her in probably 3 weeks, just because I was working on her a while back before I started getting some of these other rare monster pulls. And when I got my lure here, I need to awaken him too, and I'm going to do that very soon. I thought about him, and his skill right here, Crime Alert, attacks all enemies, decreasing their attack bars by 50% each. So that helps the speed of your team. If you can get this attack off right away, you're already going to be decreasing the enemy's first turn by 50%, and it adds the weakening their defense debuff to them for 2 turns. So I think this is almost as good, if not as good, as the Megan's buff. So I'm kind of torn right now. Do I go with my 4-star lure or my Megan? I think I'm going to end up 5-starring my lure, awakening him, getting runes on him, probably some despair runes, even more stuns. We're going to see. I think in some situations, I think when I'm fighting arena, I think my Megan's going to be the monster I'm going to go with. And when there's not arena on the team, I think I'm going to go with my lure, because that gives me an extra attack on the first turn, as long as I can keep my team going first. So both these monsters are going to have to be super high speed, no matter how I play this. But I'd like to have them both as usable characters on my team. So there's a ton for me to do right now. There's a ton of monsters, and these 5-star monsters, yeah, they have their place on teams, and they could be really awesome to help out my teams. Especially if I made like a wind. I was really thinking about making a wind team, because he's got 50% increased wind or increased defense for all wind monsters, and I have some pretty decent wind monsters. I got these 3, and then I was thinking about making a wind mystical armor, which is just huge on the defense. Some people have great success with that monster, but you can't do everything in this game. You just got to pick a path and go forward and build a great team, and then start incorporating other monsters. It takes so long to get these 6-stars. So I think this is going to be my path. I'm going to go with both of these probably around the same time. I'm going to level them both up collectively. My Megan's already a 5-star, so that's pretty awesome. I need to work on runes, and for me to work on runes, I need to get my Hua properly ruined with no critical, and the rest of my team, which is going to consist of my Fire Garuda here. I already awakened Kahul, couldn't even remember the name, and get him up to 4 or 5 star. I need to make sure he doesn't have any critical, get him ruined properly. He's going to help the speed of my entire team when I'm trying to auto Giants B10. And I'd really love to be able to auto Giants B10 successfully every time, because with the imp team on the video that I posted, and I know a lot of you of my viewers are going for these water imp teams with the Light Fairy and the Saik to take care of B10. And yeah, that's a great idea for new players, because you can get some runes that are really going to help you. That's how I got some of my 6-star runes, which are attack runes for like my Julian and things like that. They really help boost my game. But now it's very frustrating for me to attack the Giants Keep B10 with this team, because even with 100% crit rate and very high accuracy, I'm still losing about 20% of the time, and it takes a lot of my time. With my daughter on the way next month, I'm not going to have time to just sit down and spend 5 minutes each time fighting Giants Keep B10, and then being extremely frustrated when I get through all the trash mobs just to not get enough continuous damage on the boss. So it is you can get these monsters, anybody can get them, and you can get through Giants Keep B10, you can get some awesome runes. I do recommend it for new players. Make this team. You know, do some Giants Keep B10, get up there, get some good runes. But if you run across a Fire Rakshasa Hua here, you know, maybe you want to switch gears and try to do an auto farming team. It's going to be much more difficult to build that team, but I don't know, I haven't done it yet, but that's my goal. I need to get my Hua and my auto Giants Keep farming team up there, and then that's going to give me some of the runes I need to finish off some of these other monsters that I can't wait to finish. So I need to work on my Hua, which will then benefit my Lure and my Megan, and then that'll give me some runes to get some of these other 5-star monsters good. Maybe I'd like to eventually 6-star my Rena as well. I don't even use her right now because she makes me so angry fighting against her that I don't want to be that person who has the 6-star Rena that people just can't defeat. But there are ways to defeat it, especially now that I know that Megan can take away that shield. So I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of rambling a little bit. You guys, from what I've seen in the posts you guys have made when I've been following some of you as you started your Summoners War, I shouldn't say careers, but your gameplay, and you guys are getting really strong. A lot of you can probably beat me up in this games, and it's awesome. I'm really enjoying the community, and thanks everybody for applying to the guild, and I'm going to try my best to be fair about it and get everybody incorporated. And I think we're going to have a ton of fun once Com2 US starts releasing some of the content that I know they're working on in the background. They've been pretty frequent with releasing content and new events, and I'm going to try my best to cover all that stuff and still work on my team. This video's already gotten really long, so you guys take care. Free to play gaming out, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.